up, guys? AR here. TJ there.
TJ over here.
TJK. We are here for a much requested review on the MADCATZ FIGHTPAD Pro.
There's demand. People have asked for it.
People have been asking us to review this. Apparently like our reviews, which is cool. We're stoked on that.
Thanks. I like that.
Now, I will preface this with, we've done almost all the Hori video products that we want to do.
We've done like the entire line.
So far.
They happen to be out ahead of MADCATZ, so we got a chance to test these later.
You know, we really like the Hori products. So it may seem like we're like, Hori, but you know, we would give it a fair judgment if it deserved it.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the MADCATZ
The FightPad Pro. Yes. So
dun dun.
In the packaging, you saw it in our unboxing. When you see it, you know, not only does it come in 4 really super cool designs, but here we have the Ken. Go ahead and hold that up for me to see. It's gorgeous. So aside from being gorgeous, if we had to pick between these two, which one just looks better aesthetically?
I would go with this one.
Right,
this one's like, boom, pops in you.
It's got the branding, it's got the logo. This guy has won, he's 1-0 right now, against another pretty pad, right?
Oh yeah, the MADCATZ PDP pad, which also sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, we don't always give positive reviews. That controller was
I think we try and be as fair and as honest as possible with our reviews. I mean, nobody's paying us or anything. You know, we all know that everybody's got a hard time dipping into their wallet and grabbing an extra 30, 40, 60, 200 bucks, whatever it may be. So with these ones, we did it for you.
Yep.
And we just want to share our opinion. Of course, everybody in the world does have their own opinion, so you might disagree. You can still try it on your own, but here's some details that we have found for you guys.
So, I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room, so to speak. Let's just get it out of the way because this is the reason people don't like it. It was the first thing we noticed. Let's talk about this DPad right here. So it's a circular disc DPad. You press it down and it does go in the DPad directions, if you will. You've got your 8 directions. And it functions as DPad, but does it function well, Timmy?
So in our testing, we tested this with the game it's specifically designed for,
Street Fighter V.
And what we found was it was highly inconsistent going in one direction. Any quarter circle motion to the screen left, unfortunately came out like 1 out of 10 times.
Yes,
and that was both of us, that was us both trying it, both being very adamant. That was not in combat, that was like just make it happen, and it was incredibly frustrating.
And in case you're not sure what we're talking about the player 2 side of the screen.
Yeah.
Facing the player 1, we couldn't get our, if you played the Shoto characters like Ken and Ryu, we couldn't get our fireballs to come out consistently. Hurricane kicks were not consistent. Like, for some reason, it just didn't flow to this way. Like, it felt weird, it just didn't flow right.
So that's like kind of the first thing that we looked into with this one, because if we look at the features here for a second, we'll definitely talk about them. That was the first one that I think everybody had some questions and concerns about. When they first showed the pictures off, I was like, ooh, that looks pretty.
That D-pad looks stoops.
I was like, I don't know if that D-pad's gonna do it, but they did put an analog stick on there. So it's like you do have an option. There's something else that you can go with and you can give a shot to.
And I don't know if this is just me, even on the DS4 or the DualShock 4, the PlayStation controller, Xbox controller, it doesn't matter. When I'm playing a fighting game on a pad, I do not use the joystick for my movement. It's very weird feeling. It's awkward.
Right.
So that is the same on this. This is almost just not an option for me.
Right. And then just to kind of give both sides, like when I play Killer Instinct, I do play on an Xbox One pad, just a stock controller, and I do use the analog stick for my movements. I do.
Oh, okay.
And I don't really have a lot of problems with it in any way. I don't use it for MKX because of the rolling motion that would come with it. I just use the regular D-pad. But with this one, I kind of have both that I could choose from for my playstyle. For you, you're a D-pad player, and the one thing that you would use is just strictly garbage. It was really non-responsive.
It's like a poorly made Tron disc. Something like Tron 2, not like good Tron 1. Like this is like Tron 2 with CG Jeff Daniels. Yeah. Where he's like, oh,
Jeff Daniels.
I couldn't think of a quote, but you get what I'm saying.
Right. So let's talk about the features, because we did a full breakdown on this guy, and this isn't necessarily a shootout, but we do want to compare something apples to apples with it in the market. They both work PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. So you could do like a legacy thing if you wanted to.
Switch.
Street Fighter V does have legacy support, which means you could put that guy on PS3 mode, and then you could plug your headset, if you have like a normal jack, into your DS4 and still have sound with that guy that does not have any kind of mic input whatsoever.
which is a consistent thing between fight pads and fight sticks. There's no mic inputs.
Yeah, Hori also does not support that.
So, you know, it is what it is.
So that option is there. It does have the ability, just like this guy, that you can modify what the layout of the buttons is. So you can repath it. So if you want all 6 buttons to be here, or if you want to use the shoulder buttons as well, you can change that. So they're, I mean, they're basically on par there. We did talk about the buttons here being excellent. We really love the buttons on this controller. They were responsive, they're super clicky, they've got a nice feel to them. You know that you hit the button.
Now,
Mr. Ronin, what are your thoughts on the buttons?
These buttons
on the Fightpad Pro
are downright garbage. And
if I wasn't returning it, I would smash it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so frustrated playing with this controller.
So our first thing we noticed is the circle button. You can even see it just done it.
It just stuck right
Motherfucker,
there. Come on.
Like it has no. We gotta get a close up of this somehow. It's like there's like gum stuck inside of it or something. Or like
I don't know if everything's gonna do that. If every button will.
And maybe it's just got. Maybe you just need to work it in. You know, maybe it's like off the line. You know, it's a little sucky. But we worked it in quite a bit, and it sucks.
Right. I guess I can consider myself a competitive player in Street Fighter, right? Which means I need my inputs to do exactly what I need them to, or I lose, right?
Yep.
We were playing each other, and I mean, half the match, nothing was coming out, everything was wonky. I was like, what is going on? And it felt like a button was gone, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
And it was stuck, and like I found it, and I got it, you know, unstuck like an old broken Sega Genesis controller, you know, and I was like, oh my god, this is like a day 1 review, and this thing's broken. I've had this, I don't know how long I've had this. Go back, check the date of our last video.
Yeah, this summer.
It's great.
Yeah.
So I was so disappointed. If we weren't returning it.
So
that just tossed it away.
A lot of people have been asking us on the reviews, like, what about durability? We can tell you because we played with this one night, and immediately from the get-go, the durability was garbage. So your buttons are already starting to go out. It seems like.
So disappointing.
You know, and this we've had for months, and we played on it consistently, and the buttons are just like Christmas Day. You know, you press it, and Santa Claus is like, whoo, Hadouken. I mean, I don't know, guys. So the thing about it is this is $59.99 retail. This, the Hori is $29, so $30.
Right. So I think if you go to the website, it's always been $44 in the past. GameStop had them the other day for $29, and they had a bunch of them when I went in there.
So the price varies, it fluctuates, and that actually seems to happen a lot with Hori products. You can get them for cheaper than they retail a lot. MADCATZ
cheaper than you should be able to get.
Yeah, and MADCATZ generally, so for the most part, stays pretty consistent in their pricing. Sometimes get more than they need to be. Guys, this is not a $60 controller. This, at most, if you were forced to get a controller and you're like, I need a pad, you should not pay more than $20 for this. I mean, if you're gonna throw a number out there, I wouldn't even say that, but realistically, this should not be priced more than $19.99.
And so truth be told, I was actually gonna order this product at the exact moment that he did. And I asked him which version he got. So let's just say he happened to get the Ryu. I would have just bought it from him because I'm a collector. Like, I like to have Street Fighter type things around. So I was like, oh, no problem. I was like, I'll get it and I'll keep it. And, you know, just like a fight stick collector would.
Man, they just like, when they design this hat, they're just like, stick it all over, wherever.
There's all the logos. Yeah. We got a review of the hat coming up later. For you guys.
2 out of 3.
But with this guy, despite the cool branding and everything that comes with it, I don't want that anywhere near my collection of functional controllers. If I have friends over to my house, if I want to host a mini local, I could very well do that with all of the sticks and things that I have laying around. And somebody'd be like, oh, let me play that. No,
don't touch that. Don't touch it.
Put that back in the box.
Yep,
this is not worth actually owning.
This is going right back to Amazon because I basically bought it so we could review it. And had it been good, as opposed to what a lot of people were saying, I would have kept it or sold it to Timmy or, you know, danced with it under the pale moonlight.
Yeah, it'd be cool is like if you think like, oh, maybe I'll just use it as a backup or something like that. And I couldn't even endorse it as that. A couple of things it does have, of course, it does have like the share functions. So for those of you who are like streaming, or if you want to save a screenshot of a cool finishing move or whatever, go ahead and do that. It does have a touchpad on there. The Hori does not. I don't actually know a function for the touchpad.
It's a gimmick that I don't think ever really took off.
Yeah, so I don't think it's not actually necessary to have it on there, truth be told, because this doesn't have it, and I can play fighting games with it all day long. They both have a 3 meter for you metric system
or 9.8 feet if you're American
9.8. And I will tell you this because I know somebody's going to ask: is it a breakaway cable?
It's not.
It's not a breakaway cable, so it's just like this. It does have like the little weights to keep it from tearing out of the controller.
No breakaway.
But there's no breakaway to it, so if you yank it, PlayStation might be coming with it.
A lot of people always ask us about latency. There was nothing negative to say about latency. It seemed pretty comparable to the other controllers. Like,
I mean, when it comes out, it comes out.
Yep.
So I could say that. It is wired, so it should have what you would imagine as a slightly faster input than like your normal Bluetooth DS4 would. But there's a little bit of disadvantage if you're using that compared to any of the fight sticks that we have upstairs.
Yeah. D-pad alone, stick with what you already have on the DS4. I understand that it's hard. It's very hard to play Street Fighter on the standard DS4 controller, but it's very hard to play Street Fighter on the MADCATZ controller. And when it comes down to it, that's what it's all about, right? You want a game to play smoothly and how you want it to play with your accessories. This does not add to your experience. This takes away from your experience, and if you're a competitive player, this works against you in every single way.
Yeah, and you know, I can tell you the stickers that comes with are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind these.
You could cover up your PvP stickers with that.
Yeah, I think these are pretty awesome.
Final thoughts here, Timmy. Now, before we get into the final thoughts, we obviously don't like this controller, but that's not to say that MADCATZ makes bad stuff. Like my fight stick is a TE2, and I think the TE2 is great. We can't say exactly what's happening. My TE2 is maybe a year or two old. MADCATZ is going through some changes which may be affecting their product quality.
Yeah, unfortunately they've had a lot of layoffs, and I don't know what's happening over there.
Yep.
And I hope that they come back, because I've always been a huge fan of MADCATZ. I've used MADCATZ and their third-party products since as long as I can remember, truth be told.
Yeah.
So this one disappointed me, because not only did I want the extra controller, but I wanted this Street Fighter V branding. So I was actually truly upset that this performed the way that it did. If maybe the D-pad wasn't great and all the buttons still worked, I would still buy this, because I collect fighter stuff. I enjoy it. I can't buy this now. And honestly, I think if you came down like, what's your final opinion? Is this a buy or is this not a buy? It's a complete pass for me. And I say that with a very heavy heart. Like I'm actually truly upset.
Yep.
I would fully suggest if you're maybe not ready to jump into sticks and you want to try and stay at home on a pad, then Hori is the way to go. I mean, we're talking 30 to 40 bucks, and this guy still works great, and everybody who's watched our reviews, I still haven't heard a bad thing about it. We want to answer any questions you guys have.
Which means there are the Twitters. And you know what? I would say we answer every single comment on YouTube that comes across. We answer everybody on Twitter. It doesn't matter. If you got questions about it, look at our other reviews. We'll answer you. And I would like to just...
Get rid of that.
I would like to just say here, if you had a change of heart, I will sell you this controller for $79.99 because Adam Ronin has touched it.
If there's a signature on it, I would say that makes it worth it. So let's get a mark.
Gordy!
Yeah.
You bring me a silver Sharpie.
So everybody, thank you for watching.
Yep.
Hit the subscribe button. If you guys have had any different experience with this, feel free to let us know, because we're always open to other people's opinions. We love you guys all so much.
It's true, but you're wrong. If you liked it, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. Peace out.
False.
Walk like an Egyptian. I don't get that. What's that? Huh?
It's Blanca.
Oh, I thought you were referencing another 80s song, and I'm like, what? What's